welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a day in the booth, hopefully a couple of hours in the booth. I'm going to take you through some base coat, some plastic primer, and we're using an old school gun today, so if you're a DIYer and you're after a spray gun that's going to do it all, you can get it for a primer setup. It'll put base coat down really nice, and it'll put clear coat down on a budget, a good strong solid workhorse. You're going to get to see that gun today. Now the bits we are doing, we've got some tractor panels. So this is sort of like industrial sort of painting. It's sort of classic as where you're doing agricultural stuff and things like that. Same sort of principles though as if you're painting a car. So your mixing ratios will be the same. So these are the bits we've got. We've got some side panels. Mask the opposite side of this off because that's like satin black on the opposite side. And these have got to be colour coded to the same colour as what the outside of the panel is. These are the fenders, so a quick Scotch Brite, paint the insides of these, and that's the tractor bonnet. So it's key the inside up, mask off the heat shield, and then paint the inside of this. It's just got to be full colour so it don't show any blue. The colour we're doing today is terracotta base coat. I'm going to drop some plastic adhesion promoter on the insides of these and just do a dusting on all these parts. Just give it a light dusting, and what that will do is, that's just an adhesion promoter, so if you are working on plastics, just spray a dust coat of that down and it gives you like a layer that will grab onto the plastic, and then your next coat of base coat will go over the top of that and adhere to it. If you don't put adhesion promoter down, your paint will go down. It will look like it's going down fine, but it will start to flake off and chip off. So if you're doing any bumpers on cars and things like that, just think adhesion promoter, then you can go for your 2KI builds or your polyesters or whatever you're doing, base coats to Devilbiss. Right, I'll get the gun set up, put it on the cam, and we'll crack on. The first thing we are going to do is stack gun these off. This will just get rid of any static out the panels. Gets rid of the static, because you'll get a lot of static build up in these when it's plastics. They're very expensive to buy. I think these are around £2,000 if you were to buy one, but a lot of body shops rent these. It's always good as well. This is what I do. I always stack gun myself down as well and just slow myself down. Get any dust off your overalls. Yeah, stack gun yourself down or blow yourself down. I always use the stack gun and just stat off the overalls, because you can be carrying dust. A lot of the dust and transfer a lot of the times off the hose of the gun. If it's laying down on the boot floor, I mean look at the state of this boot floor. Just wipe the hose down, because you're leaning over a panel. Anything can drop off your hose, come off your top. Just try and keep your cleanliness next to godliness. That's what we always say. So we're going to get some promoter, plastic promoter, stick it on the cam. You'll see the drops of these go down. You're not going for a full wet coat. You're basically putting a dust coat down. So you want some minimal trigger. Back off as though you're doing a drop coat around a foot away. Just do a light dust coat over the top. Go nice and easy, nothing stressful around that. Just back off with the gun. You see how that went down, around 22 psi, and that you can drop the pressure down if you want. We just sort of backed off, sort of around here, and just do an even sort of dust coat. You're not really wetting the panel up, you're just sort of wasting product if you're really hammering it down wet. It does go a long way. Did a bit on there, and then you see me finish off and drop a bit on that. Now they don't usually do this. They usually just base the insides up. I've done it like that before. Very rarely they put adhesion promoter, it's just to colour it up. Because these haven't been prepped, I haven't prepped the outsides of these yet. So what you'll do is when these are painted, usually what happens is, when you put the base coat straight down without putting the adhesion promoter, when you come to prep it, and you're flipping it around and putting it on a trestle like this, and you're sanding, the vibration with the panel over the top of the trestle, it tends to mark and scuff and chip the paint off. So I thought, because I'm prepping these tomorrow, I'll just adhesion promoter them, spray the base coat down, it'll give it something more to key to and grip to. So when I do prep it tomorrow, I'll put sponges like that over the trestles, and then flip and put the fenders and the bonnet on a trestle. And it's got a lot less chance of it rubbing the paint off. So that's the plan anyway, so it should be okay. But tomorrow I'll take you through prep stages on this to prep it, base coat and then the clear coat. Right, we'll get the colour down. We're using the FLG5 on 1.4, great solid gun by Devilbiss. Starting out gun, these are around, I think I paid about 116 for this when I got it. It's a few years old now, but a solid gun. You can get it in 1.3, 1.4, I think 1.8 and a 2mm. Get it in primer set. I'm sure it's like a 1.8 on a primer you can get it in. But a great solid gun. So we'll drop the colour down with that. I'm going to give it a couple of coats. Enjoy the rest of the video. So there you go, that's the first coat of base coat. The FLG works really nice. I was running that around, I ended up cranking it up to around 25 psi and full fan, full fluid. The base coat I'd mixed quite thick, I didn't really over thin it. I wanted to put like a thicker coat down. But you've seen the FLG, it just sprays really nice. It lays base coat down, great. I mean, that base coat, considering this is like a rough inside of a panel, is still laid down really smooth as well. So it's a great gun. What I'll do tomorrow, I will continue on with that gun and I'll take you through the whole process with basically a budget DIY gun. It'll get the job done on these, it really will. So I'm going to do another coat on these. I'll get the credits rolling on the products that I've used today, and I will see you lot back in the booth tomorrow with some prep, base coat and clear coat. Thanks for watching, guys.